Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today. Movie-style cash heist, robbers dig tunnel, deactivate CCTV and alarm, rob Germiston FNB Bank safes. In Germiston, on the East Rand in South Africa, a scene reminiscent of a Hollywood heist movie unfolded, leaving authorities and the public baffled. In what can only be described as a meticulously planned operation, robbers tunneled into a First National Bank (FNB) branch on Victoria Street, deactivated the security systems, and made off with an undisclosed sum of money. This incident, which came to light on the 22nd of April 2025, has raised serious questions about the security of financial institutions and the sophistication of criminal enterprises in the country. The crime was initially reported by Yusuf Abramjee, a well-known crime activist, who took to social media to share the details. According to reports, the robbers gained access to the bank through a tunnel, the entry point of which is believed to have originated from a nearby property belonging to Nedbank. Investigators discovered damage to the floor of the adjacent building, further supporting the theory that it served as the starting point for the underground passage. Once inside the bank, the robbers used industrial grinders to breach two safes. Adding to the audacity of the operation, the criminals managed to disable both the CCTV cameras and the alarm system, effectively covering their tracks and delaying the discovery of the crime. The Germiston SAPs, along with forensic experts led by Warrant Officer Sehlangu, responded swiftly to the scene. Fortunately, no injuries were reported during the incident. However, as of today, a month after the incident, no arrests have been made, and the suspects remain at large. Colonel Mavela Masundo confirmed that police are investigating a case of business burglary and are actively searching for the suspects. A key part of the investigation is to determine exactly how the robbers gained access to the bank and managed to disable the security systems. The timing of the heist is also noteworthy. The bank was seemingly in order when it closed on Saturday, the 19th of April 2025. However, the Easter weekend, which included Easter Sunday on the 20th of April and Family Day on the 21st of April, provided the perfect cover for the robbers to carry out their plan undetected. Family Day, originally celebrated as Easter Monday from 1910, was renamed in 1994 to be more inclusive of all religions. It became an official public holiday in 2005. The bank staff discovered the robbery upon their return on Tuesday, the 22nd of April 2025. The incident sparked widespread speculation and concern on social media, with many users questioning how such an elaborate operation could have gone unnoticed. The deactivation of security systems has led to suspicions of an inside job. Some social media users have drawn comparisons to the movie A Money Heist, while others have pointed out the need to question those with inside knowledge of the bank's layout and security protocols. The lack of a formal statement from law enforcement or the bank has further fueled speculation and concern. Bank robberies, while not always as elaborate as the Germiston heist, are a recurring problem in South Africa. Several factors contribute to this trend, including economic inequality, unemployment, and the availability of sophisticated tools and techniques. South Africa has a history of high crime rates, and bank robberies are often seen as a lucrative opportunity by criminal groups. The country's economic disparities can drive individuals to desperate measures, while the presence of organized crime syndicates facilitates the planning and execution of such heists. Financial institutions in South Africa have implemented various measures to mitigate the risk of robberies, including enhanced security systems, armed guards, and close collaboration with law enforcement agencies. Banks invest heavily in advanced surveillance technology, access control systems, and alarm systems to deter criminals and detect suspicious activity. They also conduct regular security audits and training programs for staff to ensure they are prepared to respond to potential threats. This Germiston heist is not an isolated incident. Past events reveal vulnerabilities in bank security systems, raising concerns about the safety of valuables stored in safety deposit boxes. In January 2017, a similar incident occurred at the First National Bank Randberg branch. In that incident, a staggering 360 safety deposit boxes were stolen, leaving many individuals and families devastated by the loss of irreplaceable items. A victim of that heist, identified as Zaid of Randberg, described the security measures in place, which, while seemingly robust, were ultimately insufficient. Accessing her family's safety deposit box, which they had rented since around 2004, involved making an appointment at least 24 hours in advance. Upon arrival, a bank employee would escort her to a private room, locking the door behind them. Zai would then present her identification, and the employee would retrieve her box from a vault, passing it to her through a slot in the wall. This process, with its layers of security, instilled a sense of confidence in the safety of her valuables. For Zai's family, the loss was immense. Their box contained Krugerrands, treasured family jewelry passed down through generations, and a collection of expensive watches. Only documents, such as title deeds, remained. The watches, in particular, held sentimental value, and Zai had planned to have them serviced shortly before the robbery occurred. The robbers were able to breach the vault and make off with hundreds of safety deposit boxes, indicating a lack of adequate protection and surveillance. Following the Randberg heist, FNB faced criticism for its handling of the situation and its stance on liability. The bank's safety deposit contract absolves it of legal responsibility for any loss or damage to the contents of the boxes, and bank officials have stated that they have no way of knowing what was stored in each box. FNB has advised customers to insure their valuables, but many chose not to due to the high cost of insurance premiums, relying instead on the perceived security of the bank's safety deposit boxes. The victims of the Randberg heist formed a support group to pursue legal action against FNB and seek compensation for their losses. Kelly Fraser, a spokesperson for the group, argued that the bank's security provisions were negligently insufficient and that the bank should be held accountable for the theft. The victims compiled evidence, including photographs and valuation certificates, to document the contents of their boxes and support their claims. FNB charged between R110 and R275 a month for the rental of a safety deposit box, depending on the size. These past incidents, combined with the recent Germiston heist, highlight the need for greater scrutiny of bank security measures and a reassessment of the responsibilities of financial institutions in safeguarding their customers' valuables. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.